Everyone loves Isekai or reincarnation anime series, and as a fan of the genre myself, I just can't get enough of the fantasy adventures the characters go through, even though maybe, the same or sometimes repetitive with this, with the same overpowered main character. Many, however, do love seeing an overpowered main character, as that is one of the main highlights of an Isekai series. So which is why today we're going to take a deep dive into the world of Isekai and recommend to all of you 10 Isekai anime where the main character has overpowered abilities. Now, if you're new here, then please make sure you're subscribed to the channel with the notifications bell icon turned on to stay up to date with the latest anime news and recommendations right at your doorstep. Now, without keeping you all waiting, let us begin with the video.
私の糸か。あ、私雲なんだから糸出せるじゃん。ってことでマイホーム作っちゃいました。
So I'm a spider, so what? Now I think this is actually a great addition to a list that mostly focuses on the point of reincarnation, as it does a great job at giving us a bunch of characters that become different than their human form, particularly our main character, who is a female lead. So the whole class actually gets isekai to a fantasy-like world, and our main character reincarnates into a spider, gaining powerful abilities for enemies that she defeats. Not at the same level of, let's say, Rimuru from Reincarnate as a Slime, who can just absorb enemies and gain their powers, but more on the slower side of things, we can just say that. Now she's lost, feeling powerless, but at the same time, since spiders are technically weak-looking monsters to begin with, but progression starts kicking in when she learns how to fight, gain powerful resistances to elements, and a journey to try and reunite with her classmates, which I wonder how they will react to when they see her as a spider. In the Land of Leadale is actually a very newly airing isekai series at the moment, which tells a really relaxing and fun series about a powerful high elf in a game world that she used to play, but years passed and things have changed to her advantage. She was actually reincarnated as the high elf, which is the character or avatar that she played as, and this is her comedic adventure that is actually really well told for, looking and sounding quite generic to begin with. Now this actually reminds me of a series called Slime 300, but more of an elaborate protagonist that feels more relatable and with better developed comedy as well. However, I know many do not wish to get invited into the slice of life genre for being on the boring side, but trust me when I tell you this one is actually worth trying out.
種族ハイエルフ。称号スキルマスターナンバー3。変わってないわね。ステータスは。いや、強いな。
苦しませんな。さっさと首折れ。
Now, the interesting thing about the faraway Paladin is that the author was heavily inspired by Mushoku Tensei, which many of you know by the name of Jobless Reincarnation. It focuses primarily on our protagonist named William, who has a very unique personality, trying not to repeat the mistakes he did with his previous life. One of the big things I enjoyed from this anime is the parents or the carers of, let's say, William after he got reincarnated. How they influence his thinking greatly expands the depth presenting to the protagonist, especially those that accompany him later down the line. Now, don't expect any heavy action taking place or any epicness, but more of an adventure, which I really pretty much enjoyed. It's also getting a second season soon, which I'm really looking forward to, and if anything, this is a show worth checking out for sure. The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest is somewhat of a decent series, to be honest. Nothing special since it's generic like many isekai, but I found myself quite enjoying it actually. Simply take it like this. Now the main character gets reincarnated into the body of a boy named Matthias, enrolls into an academy, and teaches all the worthless weak students some proper magic techniques, as he is actually too overpowered and can pretty much destroy the demons who try and invade the school. Now, if you actually like the sound of that, which I'm pretty sure many of you do, since in the case of watching an overpowered main character destroy demons, then by all means actually try this anime out. It's simple, but it can sometimes be effective in its own way.
これは試験だ。正面から実力を認めさせた上で。戻れ、死ぬぞ。せい。
I really can't express how good this anime really is. Now, it's a shame it's underrated, but it's comedy gold to the point where it's one of the better shows this season. Sometimes it takes a real man to be best girl, and I'm saying this because, well, you do get the gender bender aspect of the series coming in. Basically, two best friends who are guys get reincarnated to another world, one in the body of someone who looks like a badass butler, and the other, well, is a blonde little girl. And I'd have to say that this is a very unique isekai since it has one of the best arguments that I've seen in such a long time. You know, the interaction and the jokes between the characters makes me laugh to the point where I found myself enjoying this anime so much. But don't expect anything epic from this series. This is not designed to save the world or give you an unforgettable action experience, but this is mostly made for you to have fun and make you doubt. So I highly recommend this anime if you haven't seen it yet.
何これどういうこと？上にあるべきじゃないものがあって下にあるべきものがない。さあ、吠え面を書くがいいですわ。
No Game No Life is a very popular isekai anime series, actually a masterpiece that many are hoping that one day a season 2 will get announced. Recently, a lot of anime actually got a season 2 announcement like Mushoku Tensei and Classroom of the Elite and are hoping for a sequel for No Game No Life. This anime has one of the most interesting choices for an art style with a design being so unique, bright, and colorful. It's one of the main reasons people wanted to watch it. And besides, you know, the cool story of smart characters playing a bunch of games to beat their opponents, I think the art direction is one of the best things about this anime. It even has a movie which is, you know, the latest production, but we are all needing to get that greatness to arrive since it's been quite a few years now. If it ever does happen, it would definitely be the happiest day for many.
さすがグオーの孫娘。
言わせておけば。
じゃ、ゲームをしよう。
ここって？ 見つけた。
There's one form of entertainment that is satisfying for millions of people around the world, and that is video games, specifically the MMORPG genre, and this is where this anime takes place. Yuna is a typical character addicted to video games and doesn't really like the outside world when one day while playing the game, she couldn't log out at all and was stuck inside forever while dressed up in a ridiculous bear outfit that makes her look weak and stand out. But this is actually having a twist to that. May seem like a peculiar trend, but with the countless amount of fantasy shows in the recent years, nothing really surprises me anymore with how everything usually looks the same, but this one here is a bit different. Fighting monsters seems like just an annoying chore for her than an actual challenge. The anime built her character to be powerful, and by powerful, she is pretty much unrivaled throughout all her fights, and may seem similar to many series, but this anime has so much charm to it. Even you know, if you're not, you know, just a bear fanatic, then there's no doubt the show wanted you to experience its world.
熊魔法そして迷い人を根絶する処刑人よ
Up next is The Executioner and Her Way of Life. Now, this is an upcoming anime airing in April, which I'm very much looking forward to, with a female protagonist being the main lead. The Lost Ones are wanderers that came outside of Japan, and no one really knows the full reason as to why they are leaving, but they are said to bring disaster and calamity if they aren't really dealt with the proper way. Akari is an assassin tasked to deal with the threats, and in the process, she meets a young girl along the way, in which she can't really kill since she is said to be immortal. This is where a journey begins when this mysterious girl tags along with Akari, where life-changing events will soon begin.
困ったことがあるなら私に任せなさい。私はメノ清く正しくそして強い神官よ。
ある日眠りから目覚めるとそこは異世界だった。
Skeleton Knight in Another World is an upcoming isekai series of a person getting isekai'd into the body of a skeleton, wielding very powerful equipment at the start, which makes him very strong. However, due to his skeleton-like appearance, it wouldn't really be a very pleasant thing for others to see, since he does look intimidating and scary at the same time. But now he must explore these new lands that he has been transferred to and find a place to call home in these vast lands. Now, this right here is an adventure I'd definitely love to watch as soon as it drops next season.
なんで骸骨なんだ！
リオンさん。
俺
あいつら嫌いなんだよね。
Finally on this list we have is Trapped in a Dating Sim. Now this is one of the most unique looking series of a guy who gets trapped in a dating simulator game, which is a world where females are absolutely dominant over the males. Like any other dating sim, the girls are the target, and a group of men led by the prince were tasked to conquer and capture a girl's heart. Now Leon, the male protagonist, actually completed the game that he got transferred to, the game in real life, back when his sister forced him to finish it, and now with his knowledge and experience, he must put the skills he has learned to beat it once again, but this time in a more realistic situation. Well, looks like this is where the video unfortunately comes to an end, but I'd also love to hear what are your favorite isekai shows in anime out there. Let me know in the comments down below, as I'd love to hear your own opinions. But that is all I have for today, so thank you all so much for watching all the way to the very end. If you did enjoy, then please make sure to leave a like, as I'd highly appreciate the support on my videos. And as always, I'll be seeing you all in the next one.